Hey, I'm Matthew with the Fine Press, and this is Creative People Are Weird. If you've read my bio on my website, you may know that I have a master's degree in jazz studies as a jazz bass player. And I'm still confounded by the fact that they offer these things, much less that they gave me one of them. But I have this degree in jazz studies. And in the years that I was in grad school, the summer in between those years, I went to jazz camp. And all kidding aside, because let's face it, it's jazz camp. I was really kind of at a place where I was experiencing an existential dilemma. I was trying to figure out who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. Did I want to teach? Did I want to play? Did I want to do something else entirely? And so I asked a lot of people their advice, and I will never forget the advice that Lynn Seaton, who is the chair at the University of North Texas's jazz department, one of the greatest jazz programs in the country. I took Lynn out to lunch at one of my favorite spots. We went to Skyline Chili in Louisville, and he and I talked, and he said something that changed my life, and I share it with a lot of people. He said, what are you looking for? Do you want the paper, or do you want the results? Meaning, do you want a degree, or do you want to be a killer player? Do you want to be good at your craft? Because those don't always line up. And getting the paper does not mean you're going to be great. And being great doesn't mean you're going to get the paper. And you can only, as a point of fact, pick one. Sometimes you get the other, but you got to pick a path to go down. I finished my degree because I thought there was a chance I was going to go into academics. Thank God I'm not doing that. But it made me think a lot, and I think it applies a lot to all creative fields. And the paradigm shift that's happening, wherein creatives, if you're a high school student or you're trying to break into the creative field, you've got to think, is college the right place for me? It may or may not be. A lot of it depends on your goals. I'm reading a really interesting book for creative freelancers right now where they have a lot of profiles, a lot of spotlights on different creatives. And when they ask each one about college, the only real pro that they keep coming up with is it was a great place to network. I met a lot of the people that I love and work with frequently now in college. But they don't talk about their education, and I think a lot of that's because the real education happens in real client work, in self-started, self-initiated projects. It doesn't happen in a classroom. And so, no, I'm not anti-education, but the reality is being really great at your craft and having a degree in it sometimes are mutually exclusive. Not all the time, but sometimes. That also means if you're looking to hire a creative, whether it's as an in-house creative department person, whether it's for a freelancer, or you're looking to partner with a creative for a project, think about whether or not the credentials actually matter and what they signify. What they signify is that that person's really good at jumping through a bunch of hoops, and sometimes that's about it. So really think long and hard. Is it the credentials that matter, or is it the portfolio? Is it the work they've done, the reputation they have? I contend that the work a creative does and the reputation they have far outweigh any piece of paper they can have with their name on it. Think long and hard about it and tell me what you think. Are you in complete disagreement with me, or do you think that there's some validity to what I'm saying? I'd love to hear from you. Comment in YouTube comments or at afinepress.com. And come back next week and we'll keep the conversation going. Until then, I'm Matthew with the Fine Press, and I hope you have a wonderful day.